WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Columbus police share some new statistics when it comes to the city's crime rate. One highlight is a steady drop in felony arrests from 2015 to 2019. Scott Martin breaks down the numbers for us and shares what police think is the reason for the downturn.
Murder, armed robbery, and assaults. These are crimes that have seen a steady decline in the last half decade.
My officers are out there doing their job. They have integrity. They're doing the right thing at the right time and making things happen, and the statistics shows that.
When Chief Shelton took over as the top cop, he said his plans were to make the department more effective, efficient, and proactive. One way that's happened, Shelton says, is having more eyes on the city.
Our officers are more visible. They're out doing foot patrol, they're doing business checks, so they're coming in contact with the community more. And what's happening is through them informal contacts, information is being shared that we need that can help solve a crime or that can help prevent a crime.
In 2016, Columbus had 10 murders. That number has dropped down to 2 this year. Armed robberies have went down from its highest of 50 to 7 this year. Another perk on the downward trend, police believe, is the city having its own crime lab.
Just the fact that, you're not waiting a year to get your results back, your fingerprint identification back. Instead, you're waiting 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You're able to get that individual off the street and hopefully prevent them from continuing whatever crime it is that they're inclined to commit.
Crime Lab Director Austin Shepard says they're working on a regional database that in the long run could have a bigger impact in solving crimes.
Criminals, people who commit crime, typically aren't locked to one area. They're going to move from city to city, place to place. So in this instance, it's good to be able to search a database of individuals from, say, Starkville or West Point or Aberdeen or Tuscaloosa.
Community involvement has also played a major factor. The old see something, say something we hear Chief Shelton preach, he says has paid off in a big way. The downfall in crime is something both Shelton and Shepard say the entire friendly city should be proud of.
It's the officers, but it's the community. The community is standing up and coming in and getting behind the department and working with us.
Everyone's taking a part. They're interacting with law enforcement. We're leveraging technology. We're trying new ways to solve crime and prevent crime. So it's really an achievement for the entire city, for the entire county.
Police did see an increase in auto burglaries, but added that about 90% of those involved cars that were left unlocked. They stress that especially during the holiday shopping season, make sure your cars are locked. The grandmother of a Lowndes County child that drowned in a pond has been indicted. A grand jury indicted 51-year-old Tammy Brooks on the charge of contributing to the neglect of a child. Bond for Brooks was set at $7,500. A tentative trial date is set for February 24th. 5-year-old Annabelle Bush was found in a small pond just off Old New Hope Road on September 2nd. The property owners found the little girl. Coroner Greg Merchant says Bush died at the hospital a short while later. Bush was placed in her grandmother's custody by DHS after her mother and her mother's boyfriend were arrested. Brittany Brooks was recently indicted on 5 counts of contributing to the neglect of a child. Alejandro Martinez is facing 4 counts of the same charge. Back in July, neighbors found a naked 2-year-old was found walking on Robbins Circle about 2 a.m. At the time, deputies told WCBI the living conditions were deplorable. Martinez also has a hold placed on him by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics director must repay the state more than $30,000. State Auditor Shad White alleges John Dowdy was paid for compensatory time, better known as comp time. MBN must get permission from the Commissioner of Public Safety to pay employees for comp time instead of giving paid time off. White says Dowdy was paid for comp time without permission and over the objection of MBN staff. The director is given a clothing allowance that by state law can only be used by law enforcement officers. Dowdy is not a certified law enforcement officer. Auditors also claim Dowdy circumvented the Fair Labor Standards Act and the internal controls designed to prevent unauthorized buybacks. The findings were found in a routine audit.
All right, great to see everybody. Once again, Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson live at Robin's Unique Boutique in Aberdeen, Mississippi. Santa Claus, look, he's out here tonight. He's getting some last-minute shopping done here at the boutique. So you know what you have to do? Be nice, because he's shopping right now, and you want to get something for the holidays, I'm sure. What more on what's happening here tonight at the store coming up in just a few more minutes, but it's been a pretty nice weather day. Temperature is now cooling down into the low to mid-50s across the area. Clouds coming back on in here. It's going to be a pretty quiet evening here. We do have some rain showers way back to the west in the high plains, the Rockies, but those showers will be coming in here for Friday. So this evening, if you're heading out to any Christmas parade or anything else, it's looking great. Temperatures cooling down through the 50s, down into the 40s, and overnight lows should bottom out somewhere in the 40s here tonight. But my advice to you is to have an umbrella on standby, because we do have some rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll talk about that and have more on your weekend forecast, plus more on what's happening here at Robin's Unique Boutique coming up in full weather in just a few minutes.
The month of December is known to be the happiest time of the year, but for college students, it means one thing: finals. Students spend weeks buried in their books studying for tests. Our Stephanie Poole joins us with more on what one local church is doing to help them out. Stephanie?
Yes, Riley, preparing for all of those tests can be hard to handle. Starkville First United Methodist Church is making sure students get through their finals with a peace of mind.
Flashcards, highlighters, and coffee. For many, finals week means cramming and pulling all-nighters in hopes of raising final grades. And Starkville First United Methodist Church is hosting Exam Slam to help relieve some of the stress before the test. For Junior Trey Dilly, it just makes studying sense.
Well, it's real good. Like, the library, they do have some quiet spaces, but those are generally reserved for certain groups, or like you have to go all the way to the 4th floor of the library. But we've got a few rooms that you can go in for group studying, or we've got the main area that's just perfectly quiet, like pin drop silent. Generally, I'll show up at 9 and stay all the way to midnight when they're open, because it's just, I mean, free quiet place to study, free food, why not?
Event coordinator Elizabeth Williams says around 100 students come per day.
We want to sustain the students studying, and so we offer 3 free meals a day, and we have snacks and plenty of coffee.
Williams says community donors are stepping up to help.
We have about 12 local businesses that are helping with the food, and so that helps out a lot, but truthfully, it is a church-wide village effort. Everybody in college sometimes has to worry about their budget, but we definitely want to reach students who this can be, a really big help.
They just want the best for us and for our exams, and know that we're crazy stressed, and they'll provide like all this food and this like great study space, and like it's quiet, and just the environment's really nice.
Exam Slam is located in the First United Methodist Church Connection facility. It'll be open to students December 5th through the 11th from 9 a.m. to midnight.
Some Starkville area businesses are also making accommodations for studying students. Strange Brew Coffee House in Starkville is extending their normal business hours to 24 hours. Barista Casey Campbell says it gives an additional place to study and a little extra fuel for those cram sessions.
Students are always looking for a place to study. Besides the library, there really isn't anywhere else for them to study during finals week. And so here they can come and study somewhere else besides the library, get a little more of an atmosphere if they like more of a lively area.
Strange Brew will be operating extended hours from December 8th until the 11th. Mississippi University for Women and the community it calls home celebrate their partnership today. The annual Town and Tower Luncheon was held on the W campus. Members honored 2 people who shine a positive light on the community and the campus. The campus award went to Gail Griffith, director of the university's Wesley Foundation. Renee Sanders, executive director of United Way, was honored with the group's community award. MUW president Nora Miller was also surprised with an award from the Mississippi National Guard.
As General Grohl said, the first day that an institution had signed up for the Guard to provide free tuition, the very next day I called him and said, how do we do this? We want to be a part of this. And so in recognition of that, they gave me this beautiful medal, and I'm just so pleased and so surprised, and it's quite an honor.
Back in May, the W signed onto an agreement ensuring free tuition to undergraduates in the Mississippi National Guard and those on active duty in the Army who are enrolled full-time. Seniors from across Lowndes County came together for the 29th annual Senior Citizens Christmas Gala. The gala is hosted by the Columbus Recreation Department to thank the seniors who participate in programs throughout the year. Guests were treated to lunch and music performed by Columbus High School students. Director Greg Lewis says events like this one give the seniors something to look forward to.
I've always said in my career that when you provide seniors with something to do, it enhances and it increases longevity. It gives them a sense of usefulness, and like I said, we try to allow them to participate and be, good stakeholders. So we try to do the things they want to do, but I think that it really makes them more active and it enhances their livelihood.
Over 100 seniors came out to the event. Some of your favorite characters are coming to town. We take you to the coolest show around when we come back. Welcome back. Best friends, big adventure, and even true love. That can only mean that Disney on Ice is back in Tupelo. Our Allie Martin is live at the Bancorp South Center with all the details. Allie?
All right, we are here at the Bancorp South Arena. We've got Disney music playing in the background. People are coming in, and I've got Dory. I found Dory. Get it? We've got Claire Tison with us. You're the tour coordinator, so you're in charge of logistics. Tell us how many folks are in this production, and what's it like getting them from city to city?
Well, we have just about 100 people on the unit between our sales, our performers, our crew, and our staff. And I make sure everybody gets city to city, and they have somewhere to sleep at night. So
that's important.
Yeah, it is really important to have somewhere to sleep.
So what do y'all think about Tupelo?
Oh, we love Tupelo. We're having a blast here. We all saw the parade the other night. It was so fun.
That's right. Y'all were here setting up then.
Yeah.
And somebody was born here, kind of famous.
I believe his name is Elvis.
That's right. Absolutely. So
yeah.
What's your favorite part of the show? I know you work with the logistics, but you get to see the show. What's your favorite
part? My favorite part has to do with my favorite princess, Rapunzel. So during our Princess Power...
I like your hair.
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of want to be her. But during that part of the show, she does a really cool aerial act. She actually flies 30 feet in the air with her Flynn Rider, her prince.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, and they train for 2 weeks to learn how to do that routine.
Wow,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot to see in the show.
Oh my gosh, there's so much. Mickey and Minnie are looking for their favorite memories. Our show is called Celebrate Memories, and we go through Toy Story, Finding Dory. We get to see 9 princesses during our Princess Power segment.
Wow.
Frozen, and even Moana is here too.
Awesome, very good.
Yeah.
All right, you can go to DisneyOnIce.com,
sure
find out all that information. And Andrea will be introducing the show tonight at 7 o'clock. Right now, though, we're going to send it down to Aberdeen, where Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is waiting for us. Keith?
If you need to do any last-second shopping, maybe some jewelry right here, Robin's Unique Boutique is the place to be for the holiday season. We're back to talk more about what's happening here for the rest of the holiday season, plus your full forecast next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Great to see you this evening. Once again, I'm Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson here at Robin's Unique Boutique in Aberdeen. I'm a happy little elf here tonight. Our Mingle and Jingle event going on here. Santa doing some last-minute shopping. We got Bethany again. We were talking to her earlier at 5 o'clock, and we're over here by the jewelry counter now, and you've got some of the latest and greatest that people may want to get, right?
Yes, we do. In Kinder Scott, we've got the new gift sets with all the new colors and drusies and just everything that sells really well.
Now, something like this already in a nice little box for maybe somebody like me who hasn't done any holiday shopping yet. Maybe we want to come on in here and get something, but you got plenty of jewelry here. Also some clothes in the back as well, right?
Yes, we've got clothes, shoes, just stocking stuffers, you name it, we've got it.
What do you think is the biggest seller so far? And you've been pretty busy for the Black Friday post-Thanksgiving stuff too, right?
Yes, our online sales and just our online store in general has been packed, and just jewelry this year has been from Ronaldo to Earthgeist to Kendra has been a big trend.
Now, if you couldn't come out today, the store's technically closed now, but we have holiday hours here. Just tell our viewers when they can come on down.
10 to 5, Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 6.
And of course, 24/7 online, correct?
Yes, and we can ship it to you, or you can choose to pick up in store.
All right, and speaking of picking up in store, we still have Santa back there doing some last-second shopping. So as we mentioned earlier, please be nice because Old St. Nick is going to want to come to your place with some of this great stuff here from Robin's Unique Boutique. So thanks a lot, Bethany. And let's talk about your forecast here for the near term. Let's put our Alpha Insurance Camera Network, our time lapse in the motion from Columbus. You can see the clouds coming on into the picture today. We had a mix of sun and clouds across our region. Not too bad. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Speaking of the clouds, though, we do have some clouds that will thicken as we go throughout the course of the evening and tonight. We have some wet weather way back to our west, and that's coming in here for your Friday. But for the rest of tonight, in the near term, we're looking great, but the clouds will thicken. Lows will be in the 40s. Some showers possible by the morning commute, so have the umbrella on standby. Speaking of tomorrow, your Friday, 50s for most spots. Areas of thunder can't be ruled out. A lot of heavy downpours, but not a lot of strong weather expected. But overall, across our area, into the 50s in most spots. Maybe a shot at some low 60s, but let's just assume 50s more than anything else. Rainfall potential here, anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch or more with this activity as it rolls on in here. Let's just take a look at Futurecast, and overcast conditions will develop tonight, and we are looking at some showers here by the morning hours. Heavier activity probably late morning into the early afternoon. A lot of the activity, though, will wind down by the late afternoon. So as we get into your Friday evening, things should be okay. Let's go right to your 7-day forecast and show you what we're talking about here. 50s tomorrow. Showers, maybe some thunder, mostly cloudy for the weekend, 58 on Saturday, some low 60s on Sunday, a better chance for some rain and storms on Monday afternoon and evening, and then cooler weather behind that second system for the middle of next week. Come on down tomorrow in the next couple of days, get yourself some Christmas gifts here. Once again, we're sending it back to you in the studio from Robin's Unique Boutique in Aberdeen.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Tonight, Mississippi State men's basketball back in action, playing host to Louisiana Tech. It's been 10 days since the Bulldogs last played. MSU head coach Ben Howland saying the Bulldogs originally front-loaded the schedule in hopes of guard Nick Weatherspoon returning sooner from his suspension. Although the original plan did not work out, Howland saying MSU made good use of the off time. The Bulldogs specifically trying to get better defensively.
I think we rebound the ball extremely well, especially in the offensive end. We want to be as dominant on the defensive end as we are on the offensive end. We've got to improve in that area. I think we're becoming a good defensive team. The one game that we've had a poor defensive showing was the game that we lost against a very good team. I think we're a very unselfish team, and I like how hard we play and how unselfish we play, and that we're physical, we're big.
Our state championship previews continue with the big boys, previewing the 5A and 6A title games, starting with the 3-time defending champion, the West Point Green Wave, looking to make it to 4 straight. It'll come down to the 2 best teams in 5A all year, West Point and Picayune. The Maroon Tide are undefeated, having dominated from the start and boasting the top offense in the state, averaging almost 500 a game. Head coach Chris Chambliss says ball control will be the difference.
They do a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage. I think the key to the game is it's going to be nip and tuck. I think the team with the fewest turnovers, teams that take advantage of their opportunities with turnovers or controlling the line of scrimmage up front on both sides of the ball. That's going to be huge in this game, going to be a key.
Well, for me, it's emotional because it's my last game, but since I've been in high school, our varsity team has been going to the state championship, so it really ain't nothing new. Since we've been little, we've been talking about going to the state championship. We got to the high school, and now we're here. It's a big accomplishment and a good feeling.
One more chance this season for Oxford to bring home its first ever state championship. Oxford coming off a win over rival Starkville in the North Half Final, looking to put another losing streak to bed. The Chargers have competed for 3 championships this decade, coming up short in 3 straight. They'll have to go through a talented Oak Grove team that is fresh off a title loss from back in 2018. Head coach Chris Cutcliffe saying his team will have to match the energy of a hungry Oak Grove squad.
playing a team that's been in this situation a good bit. You know, a really good program in 6A, one of the best ones. You know, and like I said, have been in this situation a lot, even last year. So, you know, they probably have a little bit more experience in the championship game than we do. But you know, we've got to try to match their intensity and their energy.
Austria is known for like just going to state and not being able to finish. So this year our main goal is just finish. It's a big step, especially for Coach Cut. He knew that, and he had faith in us. He always told us that each year he's not going to feel differently from the team. He's just going to always push us to be great and just keep going.
We'll have more after the break.
Well, Courtney, I do know there's a chance of rain for tomorrow, so it's probably a good idea for an umbrella.
Stay dry.
Stay dry. Well, we hope everyone has a great night, and we'll see you back here at 9 and 10.